well, we're going to chat now with the founder and CEO of the Immersive History, Jarom Sidwell. Thank you so much for being with us.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Great to see that. It was wonderful, excellent graphics. The name of your company is Immersive History, and it seems like a great way to learn and experience other time periods. If you could talk about the company, the mission of the company.
Yeah, sure. So my background's in visual effects. I worked in Hollywood and in New Zealand on the Hollywood films for a number of years. Some of those posters in the background are movies I worked on with, Avatar and Avengers and Tintin. And so when I was working with these greats, I saw them build their own stories, and one day I decided I wanted to build my own stories as well. And so I started ImmersiveHistory.com about 5 years ago with the intent of creating wholesome family experiences that bring the past to life. And one of the first things that we did was build DVG, the Conquering Giants VR game.
Many people recognize that video games are a very powerful influence on kids and adults alike, but the problem seems to be that the content isn't always appropriate and can actually be degrading. But obviously you have a very, very different outlook, and where does that come from? Does it come from you personally?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I grew up in a Christian home, and my mom and dad really wanted us to do wholesome family things, right? And we did a lot of things together as a family. And so, being in Hollywood and it wasn't necessarily always aligned with that good Christian values and family friendly content. And so, when I started this, I really wanted to make sure that we hit that home. And so DVG is a game that's rated E for everyone, and everyone can get in there and play together. And it's absolutely a blast to watch people play as well as to just play for yourself.
And it looks great, as we saw. And we do these national days here at This Is the Day too. And one of them a couple of weeks ago was National Underdog Day. And people love the underdog theme, overcoming what is perceived to be a stronger force. Is that what the Conquering Giants theme is focused on?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, David versus Goliath, right? That's one of the greatest underdog stories ever told, right? Yeah. And so the great thing about VR is that it puts you in the middle of the game as the character. So you feel like you're David. You're talking to your dad, Jesse, and he's teaching you these good moral principles like, every sheep is precious, and, you're kind of anointed for greater things, David. So be persistent, persevere through the hard things. And as players, master the sling mechanic, as they master the controls of, running around and dodging lions and bears and wolves, they become that character. And it's just been really fun to watch people play the game and kind of learn these moral principles for themselves and kind of lead to further discussions with their families of, oh, well, what does it mean that every sheep is precious, and who is the flock around us?
Jarom, there's obviously a tie-in between your work in Hollywood and now in gaming. Can you just explain to us, neophytes, what's the process that you go about from start to finish to actually produce a game? Because I know it's similar to the production of a video or movie.
No, it's really similar. So when you first start out with the game, you want to set up pillars, and the pillars are, what is the game going to be about? And we really wanted the game to be about that story of David, but we wanted it to be based on conquering giants. And it turned out that this last year was a bit of a beast, right? And so having people understand that, hey, with perseverance, with a little bit of faith, you can overcome those giants. And so everything around the game is based on that and the game mechanics. And so we started building out the 3D models. We started building out the levels. We tested it with kids in our demographic, and continually iterated the game until we found that all the players were understanding how to play the game, how to conquer the giants, how to beat the bosses in there, and then you go through the process of pushing it out to the stores and it's there now.
How many people do you work with, and do you have any other projects that are coming up in 2021?
Yeah, so we're a small team, about a dozen people. Our marketing team, which is Virtuous VR Gaming, they've got a great team that's helping push out the game while we developed it, and we've got some exciting things that we're doing in our immersive Bible app, as well as continuing our partnership with Virtuous VR Gaming to develop some more exciting VR games that I can't talk about yet, but hopefully soon we'll be able to address and let the public know what's in our back pocket.
I can picture that small, smooth stone embedded in the forehead of the giant Goliath right now, and I'm sure other people can too. How can people play the game and follow upcoming releases of new and great and exciting games from your company?
Yeah, so the game is on Steam VR. It'll also come out on Oculus and PlayStation VR and Oculus Quest very soon. And the website is dvgthegame.com if you want to follow along and see what we're doing and how we're progressing there. And also we'll kind of push out more releases of other things that we're doing at dvgthegame.com.
dvgthegame.com. Jarom, thank you so much for being with us today. I look forward to playing and following your company, and we really appreciate your time. Happy New Year to you and to your family and to all those on your staff.
Thanks. Happy New Year to you too. This was fun.
Okay. God bless.